Hey there, funky folks! Welcome back to our channel where we explore the weirdest, wackiest, and most outlandish things around the globe. Today, we're diving headfirst into the realm of the absurd, the domain of the bizarre, the kingdom of the peculiar. We're talking about the strangest laws from across the world. You might think you've seen it all, but these are sure to leave you scratching your heads and wondering, really? That's a law? So sit back, grab your popcorn, and buckle up as we embark on a wild ride through the world of peculiar legislation. First stop, a toast to Bolivia's bizarre law. But remember, ladies, don't reach for that second glass. Imagine a world where a second glass of wine could land you in trouble. Well, you don't have to imagine if you're a married woman in La Paz, Bolivia. Here, the law dictates one glass of wine is the limit. Picture a dinner party. A woman reaches for a second glass, but oh no, she remembers the law and pulls back, saving herself from a potential legal headache. So ladies, remember, in La Paz, moderation is key. Love may know no bounds, but in Birmingham, Alabama, there's a time and place for everything. Here, a law puts a curfew on passion, specifically on the church steps after sundown. Picture a couple, starry-eyed and smitten, longing for a late-night romantic rendezvous on the hallowed steps. But alas, love must yield to legislation. A different spot must be found, away from those sacred steps. So, lovebirds, keep your passions away from the church steps after dark. In Oklahoma, it's not only humans you need to be polite to. In this unique corner of the world, even dogs have a stake in your etiquette. Imagine walking down a sunny Oklahoma street, a dog catches your eye, and you're tempted to pull a funny face. But here's the twist. Doing so could land you in trouble with the law. The solution? Keep a straight face. It's simple but crucial. So folks, remember to keep your expressions in check around our canine friends. A wink can say 1,000 words, but in Ottumwa, Iowa it can also cost you a pretty penny. Yes, you heard it right. The town has a peculiar law that discourages excessive winking. Imagine there you are trying to flirt, and your harmless wink might end up lightening your wallet instead. It's a tricky situation, but the resolution? Keep those eyelids steady, folks. No more winking flirtations for Ottumwa residents. So remember, when in Ottumwa, keep your winks to a minimum. Let's take a walk on the wild side, or rather, let's not if we're in Iran. Here, the laws are clear, you can cozy up to your domesticated animals, but wild ones are strictly off limits. Picture this. You're strolling through the majestic Iranian landscape, and a wild gazelle catches your eye. You're tempted to interact, but alas, the law steps in, reminding you to stick to your domesticated darlings. So if you're in Iran, remember, keep your interactions strictly domesticated. Germany's Autobahn is known for its no speed limit zones, but there's one thing you absolutely can't do. Running out of gas is a big no-no. Picture yourself cruising along when suddenly your car sputters to a stop. There's nothing more cringeworthy than a traffic officer pulling up behind you, asking for your license, registration, and why on earth you didn't stop for gas. So remember, if you're planning a high-speed adventure on the Autobahn, make sure your tank is full. So if you're speeding down the Autobahn, don't forget to fuel up. In Scotland, a night of drinking might lead you to some unexpected transportation. Here they have a law that makes it illegal to ride a cow if you're under the influence. Picture it. A tipsy reveler, swaying slightly, eyeing a nearby cow as the perfect ride home. But alas, the law intervenes. The reveler must find another way to journey back, leaving our bovine friend in peace. So remember, when in Scotland, keep your transportation sober. Japan might be the land of the rising sun, but it's also the land of the setting dance floor. Yes, you heard that right. In Japan, the dance party must wind down when the clock strikes 12. Just picture this. You're feeling the beat, ready to bust a move, but as midnight approaches, you've got to hold your groove. But don't fret, daybreak brings a new chance to dance. So, if you're in Japan, remember, keep your dance moves for the daylight hours. In France, you can't even die without proper planning. The law clearly states that you can't pass away unless you've secured a burial plot. Imagine the predicament of crossing over to the other side without a proper resting place. But the French have it all figured out. They simply buy their burial plots in advance. So, if you're in France, remember, plan ahead, even for the inevitable. In Sweden, even nature has to abide by a schedule. You see, from 10 in the evening to 7 in the morning, no flushing is allowed. Imagine the internal conflict as the clock strikes 10 and nature calls. The resolution? You hold it in, or better yet, embrace the silent art of the nighttime bathroom visit. It's a true test of your composure, but it's an essential part of Swedish life. So, remember, when in Sweden, keep your bathroom visits within the daylight hours. From the land of the midnight sun, We're now journeying to the land of sun-soaked vineyards and mouth-watering pasta, Italy. And oh boy, does Italy take its pasta seriously? But how seriously, you may ask? Well, believe it or not, there's a law that dictates the amount of tomato sauce that should be used in pasta. The amount is strictly regulated, and any deviation from the prescribed amount is considered a culinary crime. So, when in Italy, tread carefully around your pasta sauce. You wouldn't want to upset the culinary gods, would you? Now, isn't that a saucy law?